Alright, lazy girl workout really only means that we're lying down the whole time, which is just one of my favorite ways to work out. So let's start on our left sides, and you'll rest your head into your hand, and we'll have the legs stacked in a long line, hips are stacked, and top hand into the mat for support. Keep pulling up bottom rib to engage the core, and you're going to kick forward and point it back. So flex that foot, point back. Flex forward, point back. So really think about the hip joint here and minimizing movement in the torso. So it really asks you to engage the core to stay really stable in your trunk while that leg is going back and forth. So you don't want to be, swinging up the upper body. We're keeping it really still. Keep pulling up bottom rib. Keeping that leg in line with your hip height. Flex forward, swing back, 2 more. Okay, now we're gonna add a little more movement in that torso. We're reaching that top arm oppositionally in a diagonal away from that leg. And then we swing forward and open up the top arm. So diagonal, reach nice and long. And alternate. Getting that twist through the spine. Feels so nice. Opening up that top shoulder, draw it back. And reach nice and long. Point those toes, reach out of your fingertips. Still engaging that core to move through this nice and slow and controlled. Keeping leg at hip height. Let's go for 4 more. My outer glutes, that glute meat is already starting to burn. Last one. Alright, top hand back to the mat, knee to elbow, and kick it high, flexing the foot the whole time. Kick it nice and high. Lift bottom rib. I'll keep reminding all of us, including myself, to keep lifting bottom rib. Kind of feeling that top oblique crunch as the knee comes in. Six, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Keep that leg at hip height, point the toes, draw little circles. Really slow and controlled, starting to feel the inner thighs work here. Reach that leg away from your center. Lift bottom rib. Switch direction of those tiny circles. Again, minimal rocking in the torso. 3, 2, 1. Coming up onto forearm now. Your heels are together. We're doing frog legs. Extend and pull it in. Bend those knees wide. So you're kind of sitting on that glute med, that outer glute here, balancing. Make sure the shoulder is down and away from your ear. And really zip those legs together, keeping that external rotation of the legs, feeling inner thighs. And core. Last 3, 2, and 1. That top foot is going to come onto the mat, and then you're going to lift and lower that bottom leg from that inner thigh. Flex that foot. Pulse it up as high as you can for 8, 6, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right. And bend both legs, stacking hips, knees, and heels. Lift bottom rib, just the classic clam here. Classic clam. Open and close. Again, check that shoulder, drop it down and away. You're not sinking here. And make sure you're not sinking into your ribs. Pull them in. 2 more. And 1. We float the heels, and we're going to add a leg extension when we open, kick, close, close. Kick nice and high, extend, find that heel, find the knee. Outer glute should be on fire. Last exercise on this side. Last 4. Last 2. Last 1. Nice job. Massage it out. Coming down to your back. We take that right leg over the left and figure 4 stretch here, hugging the left leg in. If you need to deepen the stretch, you can press that right knee away from you. Just breathe, rock it out. And then lengthen the body long, reaching overhead, extend those legs. And then arms reach up at shoulder height, straight up to the sky. Pull one leg up into tabletop, and then the other. And we've got dead bug. Opposite limbs extend away from your center. Extend the leg, reach arm overhead. And we alternate. Keep drawing your ribs down, pulling belly button back to spine. We have a neutral spine here. So make sure you're not tucking your pelvis at all, or extending that spine and flaring your ribs up. Draw ribs down. Two and 1. Hug knees in. And then again, extend legs long, reach overhead, just lengthen the body, stretch. Arms back up to the sky, legs back up into tabletop. And we'll do the same thing, but instead of extending the legs away, you're going to keep them bent and just toe tap. But we're still reaching opposite arm away, overhead, with toe taps. Keeping that neutral spine. Draw ribs down, pull belly button back to spine. Engage pelvic floor like you're holding in a P. It really helps you engage the lower core and your inner thighs, so you're not working your hip flexors as much. Three, 2, and 1. Nice job. Extend legs and arms long again. Big stretch. Lengthen. Arms back up to the sky. Legs are going straight up to the sky. And we're going to alternate reaching across the body to the opposite ankle. Keeping your head and neck lifted the whole time, rolling through those shoulder blades. Really reach across the body, engaging those obliques. Stay lifted from your core, not your neck. Think about lifting from your center. Really have that mind to muscle connection. Let's go for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice job. Hug it in. And keep legs bent, feet to the mat, arms out wide. Drop the knees to the right, gaze to the left. Just wringing out the spine. Keeping shoulder blades down on the mat. Stacking those knees. Draw knees back to center and switch. And pull back to center. We're going to come onto our right sides. So starting with head into the hand, stacked hips, stacked legs. We flex it forward, point it back. Swinging that top leg, keeping torso nice and still. The leg is at hip height. Really use that glute to try to pull that leg back as far as you can without letting the torso swing forward. Really kick as high as you can. Really warming up the full range of motion in this hip joint. Three, 2, and 1. Now we diagonal reach, opposite arm away. And then swing through. Nope, it's not the opposite arm, it's the same arm. But we reach oppositionally in a different direction. Open up that top shoulder. So nice. Twisting through that thoracic spine. I love when Pilates exercises feel like a stretch just as much as an exercise for the muscles. It seems very productive and efficient. And just feels good. Let's do 3 more. Last one. Reach. And twist. Awesome. Hand to the mat. We've got knee to elbow and kick it high. Flex that foot. Lift bottom rib. That rib still might touch the mat, and that's perfectly fine, but if you have that intention, that mind to muscle connection of you lifting here, you'll definitely notice you're engaging your core more. Keep that leg nice and high. Challenge that glute med. Last 4, 2, and 1. Point the toes, keep the leg at hip height, and tiny circles. Keep that torso nice and still. Switch direction of those circles. Four, 3, 2, 1. Coming up to forearm. Heels together, knees wide, and kick pull it in. Extend and bend. We're on that glute med. Dropping shoulder down and away. Lifting ribs. Really zip those legs together. Feel inner thighs when the legs are extended. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Top foot on the mat. Flex that bottom foot and just lift from that inner thigh. Sometimes you gotta find the right spot on your hip and glutes to do this exercise. It can feel really crampy and difficult and bony, but once you find the right spot, it's manageable. 3, 2, 1. Bend the legs and just classic clam. Open up that top knee, heels together. Keep dropping shoulder, lifting rib. If it's helpful, you can reach that top arm. I feel like it really adds a lift. 3, 2, 1. Float those heels, extend the leg. Heel, knees, extend. Kick it nice and high, keep that foot flexed. Last 5. Last exercise on this side. Lost track. I think we've got 2 more. Zoning out. Last 1. Whew. Massage it out. Make your way to your back for figure 4 stretch. Left foot over the right knee. Hug it in. Shake it out. Breathe it in. And press that knee away. And extend the legs long, reach overhead, lengthen the body and stretch. And you're gonna roll up to seated, initiating with the arms, rolling up head, neck, and shoulders. Roll up, reaching for your toes, fold forward. And rolling down, bone by bone. Nice and slow and controlled. Reaching back overhead. A couple more of those roll-ups. Reach. Fold forward. Keep that deep flexion, rounding the spine. Slowly lower onto your mat. And lengthen. Last one, reach. Roll up. Come to seated. We are done. All right. Hope you had a fun, lazy girl workout.